It had been billed as the clash of champions. Asia-Pacific title holder Cody Crocker versus Australian champion Simon Evans. Both drivers were feeling the pressure of expectation.
Hopefully it might be dusty and we won't have any dust and everyone behind us will.
It's been graded only a couple of weeks earlier, so I think they're going to chew up. First pass might be the best pass we'll get.
The Asia-Pacific cars started first. Crocker, then Scott Pedder, relishing his return to local competition. Michael Guest and Eli Evans had entered Asia-Pacific to seize road advantage, but would score ARC points. 17 Asia-Pacific cars would start before the Australian Rally Championship field. This is the road surface as it was for Cody Crocker's start, but look at it now, already rutting up for Simon Evans. Evans took the fight to Crocker, but 7 Ks into stage 1, the Corolla hit a kangaroo, damaging its power steering.
It's like there's massive weights on each side of the wheel, and every time the car runs into a rut or a bump, it wants to turn in that direction. So you've got to physically get underneath the wheel and hold it to stop it from moving with all the bumps and everything like that.
Rally of Canberra is 2 different events. Neil Bates took the lead in the national rally. Crocker led the international event. Direct comparison is difficult. APRC entered Michael Guest was fast early, then damaged his rear suspension.
You know, it's like driving along with a snowplough behind you, and the car is extremely difficult, especially at high speed to drive.
Eli Evans was second fastest to Crocker in APRC. Even a roll only cost him 20 seconds.
We went a bit too fast into a left-hander, ran out of road and went wide, and the car ended up tipping over the edge, rolling through some trees, and luckily restarted the car and drove up this bank and back on the road, and away we went.
Ultimately 5th in APRC, British rally champion Guy Wilks, debuting a 2-wheel drive Honda, was stunned by road conditions.
The surface is breaking up on the top. It's getting very deep, almost like sand and deep dust.
After service, Simon Evans dominated. 60 seconds behind Bates with 54 competitive kilometres to go, he started one of those famous Evans charges, dealing with Guest, now carrying kangaroo damage, Darren Windus and Spencer Lowndes. Evans aggressively won 6 straight stages ahead of Cody Crocker, although it must be said Crocker was driving for his own championship. But Bates fought back and endured. At day 1 end, Neil was the ARC victor, 10 seconds ahead of Evans, with Darren Windus third.
Simon drove incredibly well today. He showed all these Asia-Pacific guys how fast he is, how fast the TRD Corolla S2000 car is, and he did a fantastic job.
Cody Crocker won day 1 of Asia-Pacific, 38 seconds ahead of Scott Pedder, with Eli Evans third. Cody's mature approach brought him home.
We try to avoid the kangaroos. I think that's what we tried to do. We actually had a bit of a moment with them twice on the same stage. We went around to sort of a couple of left-handers and they jumped across between them, so we had to sort of wait it probably cost us a few seconds.
For Neil Bates, day 1 had proved one more thing for his locally designed Corolla. The first showdown has proved just how competitive this Australian-made car can be in international competition. You'd expect Simon Evans to be on a high. Instead, he saw this sensational result as just the start of an uphill battle to claw back championship points in his quest for a 3rd successive national title.
It's just not quite enough, I really need to get points on Neil at every heat and to get back in front, and so he's managed to gain 2 positions on me, which is not great for the championship.